Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to a Scouser Reacts. Now in this video I want to talk about Manchester United because this is the Premier League show and Manchester United got the first pre-season game out the way, and I think it's very intriguing to discuss what their squad position is looking like as a whole, the starting 11, the striker situation, it's important, and even the wingers, because I saw Sancho starting at number 9. I get it's pre-season, and I also get you haven't brought in your number 9 yet, therefore we've still got time, it's not panic stations. That would be a panic station if Sancho was number 9. But of course, we need to be aware that there is probably still that Højlund who's going to come through the door, and if it's not him, then someone of quality who can at least add goals. And because Sancho got a chance, you'll know what I'm talking about, United fans. He was through on goal. It was one that you'd expect someone with confidence to score, and it just seemed like he lacked said confidence. And you're thinking to yourself, well, because I was impressed with Amad Diallo, I was just thinking, I don't know if any of you watched the game. If you're a United fan, you would have watched the game. But Amad Diallo is somebody, for me, he's a chance creator. He's always looking to do things, and he's got nice technical ability. And bear in mind, he was a big signing from Atalanta. He done well at Sunderland last season. Just to give a bit of a relation, Harvey Elliott, he went to the Championship at Blackburn. He then was provided a platform to where he was able to showcase his skills. And listen, before he got an injury against Leeds, he was actually one of our better offensive players. Now, I just raise, do you think if you gave him opportunities, you could put in more effort than Jadon Sancho? Or maybe he could do kind of like what Garnacho has done, providing that excitement to the United fans, an element of something to prove, someone who can try and prove a point. I think Amad Diallo can do this. And Sancho, it's tough to give up on him because of the technical ability and the big price tag attached. But if it's for the benefit of Manchester United in the short term, I don't understand why, in my opinion, in the name of Sweet Nancy Francis, Manchester United will still persist with Jadon Sancho, because he just does not seem to adhere to the work rate of the team, the standards of the manager, no matter how good of a player he is. So just let me know in the comments down below, am I onto something with Amad Diallo, or is it a little bit too soon to rely on him being a backup winger behind Anthony or whoever it may be? But I do think that's where Manchester United need that little bit more firepower, because Liverpool, for instance, we've got a nice heavy attack, whereas we haven't had the midfield situation. Manchester United fans will probably feel more confident with the midfield, because now you've got Mount, you've got Bruno, you've got Casemiro. Fred had a pretty decent season, but I've heard that he might be leaving. Man like McFred, shout out. He showed a little bit of Brazilianness in the end, you know what I mean? Not for the first 3 or 4 seasons, though. But even though there's these reinforcements that need to be made, there is also some young quality players. I think if Hannibal Mejbri, I think his name is, I think if he was given more of a chance, you've got a little bit of quality there. And listen, let's call a spade a spade. Ten Hag was brought in to improve the youngsters, to make sure that kind of like, managers of old, Pochettino at Tottenham, Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, Mikel Arteta at Arsenal, elevating these young players to a point where now they can get into your first team, limiting how much you're going to have to spend position after position every summer. Because if you have a good, productive academy, then what does that lead to? That means you don't have to spend as much in alternative areas. And I think for the death of the Glazers and the fact that the takeover is going to be completed soon, you'd expect in the next 12 months, they probably don't want to go out and spend an F-ton of money. So there's a lot of interesting factors and variables with Man United. Now, I want to propose the question, what deals get done? How many more signings do they make? And do they make enough signings to make sure that in the midfield, they're accommodated, attack-wise, they're a bit more attack-and-heavy than last season? Because, listen, they've got Rashford and they've got decent attackers. Anthony, he could maybe prove a little bit more. He's certainly got the ability. The only thing I see missing, if Rashford ain't scoring, who's scoring? You know what I mean? Like, but if Bruno ain't scoring and Rashford ain't scoring, who's scoring? And for Liverpool, you can look at our attack, and Jota can score, Núñez can at least chip in with goals, maybe an underwhelming amount, but he's still chipping in. He's still got 15 goals, and I don't know if anyone besides Rashford got 15 goals in the United attack last season. You might have, that weren't even a dig, I'm just not sure. So for Ten Hag to thrive, for him to maximise his ability and his skills, Manchester United absolutely categorically have to go out and reinforce the attacks. As although I'm a fan of Amad, and Alejandro Garnacho shows some great signs as a player, are they the right here right now? Do they get United from third to first? And that's the questions that I think United fans should ask, because it's now approaching 10 years, or over 10 years since a Premier League title. And listen, there was a point in my life where I'd never seen us lift one, so I know the pain, I know it's tough, and I know there's a generation of United fans right now not being able to remember a Premier League title being lifted. Therefore, the urgency has got to be applied, and everybody has got to put the emphasis on improving the squad, no matter if there's a new takeover being complete or whatever. They've got to accommodate Ten Hag. Especially now you consider Arsenal on the rise, Chelsea with Pochettino on the rise, us making reinforcements. I think out of the top six, you could even suggest Manchester United have been the most underwhelming in the window. Mason Mount, I think you can get good things out of Mason Mount. I always question, is he a league winner? He couldn't prove that at Chelsea, but he's proven to be an important player, so he can be an important player for United. But, you know, you have to build around him. I said this when we signed McAllister. When we signed McAllister, I said individually, good signing. If we only get McAllister, it's not a good signing because you can sign Lionel Messi for Accrington Stanley and it doesn't really matter, even though they'll be better and even though he'll be by far their best player, they're not going to go and win the Champions League. So, if we're going to, or United fans are going to assess the situation, I don't care, I'm a Liverpool fan, but if United fans are going to assess the situation and overall come to a conclusion, we want to go and win league titles, well then you're going to need to come to the conclusion that, most importantly, you make these reinforcements that are absolutely necessary. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about today's game and the reinforcements that United need to make. And let me know more about this Højlund guy, because he's from Atalanta, same place as Ahmad. Will he get the game time? Will he come in to be an outlet straight away? It is all interesting. But do smash a like if you enjoyed what the Scouser have to say. And if you hate me, feel free to smash a dislike, because I hate myself sometimes. When I look at the bit, I just think, why can't you just be a 10 out of 10? Because I'm a 9.5 all too often, you know what I mean? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace.